I was thinking about how, like, I've gotten to a point where I realized I have post-traumatic stress disorder when it comes to dating. Like, I've had probably 4 serious relationships. I've dated probably 80 women. I've I've dated and slept with basically, just in my travels and being around and meeting girls and going on dates. You know what I mean? I've been with a lot of women, but that's not the point. The point is that there was, it got to a point when I started to really get into, because I got my act together and I grew up and became a man, and you know what I mean, basically like this. And I'm not Brad Pitt or anything, but I was a decent looking young man, and I had jobs and apartments and friends and family and so I naturally attracted women, and women attracted me. But that post-traumatic stress disorder, like, because it got to the point when I got in serious relationships, and it's really, I have to say, man, it really happens at the point when you move in, when you cohabitate. But I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like feeling them cuffs on when you know you've done nothing wrong, nothing worth being jailed for. Argued, defended yourself, you know what I mean, stopped a woman from flailing her arms all around and screaming at you, coming at you just because you told her the truth about something, you know what I mean. And then the police come and they want to strike fear into you, the man, you know what I mean. It's like they don't even know what's going on. They just have some woman just, it's like, oh, I'm afraid, and there's the police, man. And it's like, I've been put in a cruiser over that now, like 4-5 times. You ever been, you know what I mean? Have you had to do that yet? When the woman lies, man, that's let me tell you, there's nobody there to save you, man. When a woman lies, it's just you and God, or whatever you believe in. If you don't believe in God, then nothing. And it's like I've been arrested twice in one day. I got arrested. I went to a courthouse to try to overturn a restraining order that was based on false allegations, because I had a feeling that something bad was going to happen. And then when I walked in the courtroom, they basically called my name. I went up and they arrested me right there. They arrested me right there in the courtroom and said I was in violation of the restraining order that I was trying to overturn. So they held me in jail there. Then all day, just sitting there. I just prayed all day. Then they brought me to a courtroom. But the point is, I got arrested again. They released me. I was like, no, I didn't do anything. I'm just going to come in. What are you going to do? I'm going to come in and tell the truth. I said, I don't know. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything wrong. So they released me they released me on my own recognizances or whatever. They didn't hold me. But then I was going home, and I went through down the main street of the town of the girl that I lived in, just going home. And a cop saw me and got behind me, ran my plates. They had the description of my car and everything, and then they arrested me again. So I had to sit there and tell them, no, I just got out of court. I was going to overturn a restraining order that's already based on false allegations. I mean, you just get in this mess, man, this entanglement, and there's nobody there to help you. And if you don't, let me tell you, if I didn't have family and people looking out for me, I wouldn't be making these videos now. That's why I do this. I would not be making these videos right now. I've gotten to the point now where I don't even want to date anymore. I don't want to. It's the ones that you love. I've loved the most, man. And the way they turn things around in court, you have to see it to believe it. Where they don't tell the full story. You know, I had one. You know, my wife was threatening to have me killed, threatening to have my whole family killed, saying I was a scumbag and all this stuff, and she didn't tell that to the judge, and and swinging at me with sharp objects, trying to, could have really put me in the hospital. My ex-wife could have ended up with a dead body on her hands. Let me tell you, the way she came at me sometimes, and I had restrained her, and they just, and then in court it was that I was the bad guy, and I had to sit there and I had to get her to admit that she was sitting there, that her whole family were criminals and drug dealers, and she was, and that, she basically was a part of bad stuff, and, it's just incredible, man. I had to get her to admit all of it, and then I had another girl try to say I would just get mad and leave, and not come, and come mad and leave, and you know what I mean? When really it was me, just really, I liked her, and I was trying to work it out, and we would settle it. I mean, I had all the conversations. We would settle it, and then I would go back and, because I basically rearranged. I moved in, got a job, moved in, got a new job, and yeah, that girl tried to say I raped her. You know what it's like to have the state police call you? I got really upset at the state police. I mean, I wish I could show you the email I sent them, man. I was like, you people are not going to railroad me. I was like, you're the criminals. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point anymore. I got PTSD. I feel like I'm in fight or flight syndrome almost all the time. Like constant state of duress. And it's like I want to declare myself under the Declaration of Independence that I'm not under the jurisdiction of any of this. I'm under nobody's jurisdiction. I am a little angel cake compared to the police, compared to these women, compared to these courts, compared to all these people, these idiots around me. I am a little angel cake. And I just, you know what I mean? I'm doing the right thing. I live for truth, and I live for trying, and I live for being, trying to be a good influence, and trying to be a righteous person and do the right thing. And it's and it's like I have PTSD to the point where I just don't even want to date anymore or be around women. It's incredible. So I used to stick up for women. I used to stick up for women no matter what. When I was younger, when I was innocent. I was a little bastard when I was really young. I used to throw worms on them and stuff, but we were kids. But as I got older and I started to like them, man, they got really mean. And I just was like, wow, is it supposed to be this way, Then when I had some like me, I was like, wow, this is good. When they come on nice and they're in love with you, boy, let me tell you, it feels good. But man, when they turn on you in court and you see the way they manipulate the truth, and you have all the proof, and it doesn't matter, the police, everybody's going, oh, if you know what's good for you, if you want to avoid law enforcement, then you'll find yourself another girl. Anyway, I don't know, I just want to talk about post-traumatic stress disorder and dating and police and judges and false rape allegations and girls lying in court.